Hi, my name is Mackenzie Hutchins, and I'll just be going through the Taylor scenario with you. So let's get started. Let's meet the Taylor family. So the Taylor family consists of a mom and dad. Dad is 30, mom is 31. Sean, the dad, he's a clinical psychologist and professor at Rice in the University of Texas. Kenzie, the mom, she is a PA at Texas Children's Hospital. They have three kids, Aubrey, Lennox, and Shelby. Aubrey is 5, Lennox is 3, and Shelby, he is 1. And then they plan on another child eventually. Overall, the family's pretty well off. As you can see, their monthly income is $16,500. They have $25,000 in savings, $40,000 in liquid assets, and they have $50,000 in debt because of student loans from Sean's medical school. But they're working to pay that off. Kenzie is working, which she's been able to pay off for her school, and it's a pretty good situation actually. They anticipate on retiring at 60 to serve a mission for the church. And then if we use the 25% rule, their max monthly mortgage payment is about $4,125. They are looking to live in Texas because of Sean and Kenzie's work, and they would like a house that has 4 to 5 bedrooms, big backyard for the kids. Yeah. So this is the dream house. It's $900,000 with a monthly payment of $4,269. This one, the biggest red flag right away is that it's above the 25% rule, which just means it's more than 25% of their monthly income, which is kind of high. But it has 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. It's beautiful and in a really nice neighborhood. Pretty much everything they're looking for. This is the modest home. It's $679,000, and the monthly payment is $3,410. This house is 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. It's in a gated community. Beautiful. It's a beautiful home. It pretty much is a dream home. And it has great schools, and the church is really close, so this is really nice for them. Family budget. So I've updated different budgets into it, like investing $900 a month. Everything is accounted for. Basically, they have tithing, and it's about $85 more than what their tithing should be, just to account for fast offerings. And yeah, savings plan. So for their emergency fund, which is pretty crucial, they decided to go with the 6 month just because I think that's the smartest decision for them. They have kids, you just want to take as many precautions as you can. So $99,000, and they decided to have $1,500 a month go to that. And then for their down payment, they are doing the 20% just because that's the most ideal payment, and you don't need PMI for that. So $135,800 for that, and their monthly savings goal is $3,000. The optimum mortgage terms for 15 and 30-year loan for modest homes. So the down payment for the 30-year loan is 20%, monthly payment $2,793, and the interest is 4.793. For the credit score, it's pretty high just because their monthly payment is pretty high. So, the mortgage and the house payment is really high. The 15-year loan down payment is 25%, monthly payment $3,547, and the interest rate is 3.141. So if we're looking over here, there's the tax flow without the home and the tax flow with the home. So the tax liability without the home is $23,895, and with the home is $15,991. So the difference is $7,903, which is pretty significant. meaning they should probably get a house just because it's better for their taxes. The home mortgage tax deductions overall is 25,926 if you add up all the like deductions from charitable donations, etc. The property tax is 10,000. Transportation. So they currently have 2 cars, both of which are paid off, which is really nice, but they're looking for one for Kenzie that because they plan on having another kid that'll just be better for that situation. They currently have $500 put away a month for transportation, even though they're not making a house payment. It's more of savings, so because they're anticipating this. This shows the 5-year total cost of having the car, so it's $79,234, and this just shows the different depreciation, taxes and fees, financing, fuel, long-term debts. So they don't have a lot of debt. Basically, it's just student loans, which they're paying $400 a month, and then they have tithing, which is about $20,820 a year if you count the extra $85 for fast offerings. So the principal and interest for the modest home is $2,827, property tax $120, home insurance $527, and the HOA fees, the homeowners association, is $79. So their monthly payment using this is $3,553. They don't need PMI because they are paying more than 20%. Like their down payment is more than 20%, so that's a really big pro. If we're using the 36% rule, we can see that 35.68% of their gross income is going to debt payments, which is good. That's below the 36%. And if we do all this math, we can see that they can afford the modest home. They have $3,605 available, which is more than their monthly mortgage payment. So there's a lot of pros and cons for buying and renting. Basically, buying a home would be the most ideal decision for the parents because they're older, they have kids, which they need the privacy. The cost of living in Texas is relatively low, so if they're going to buy a house, buying in Texas is a very good option. It's less stressful not having to, like, renting is a lot less stressful because you don't have to worry about different, like, responsibilities, but now that they're out of school, they have more time for that, and kids, Kenzie's home more. They can afford the 20% down payment, so they wouldn't have to pay for PMI, which is just an overall pro. So basically, they're going to buy, which is best for their family situation. Basically, showing the loan comparison both with and without the down payment shows how big of an impact saving enough money to have a larger down payment will make on your loans. Waiting to purchase a home until you have a large enough down payment is crucial for saving money and well worth the wait, like in my opinion. You can see that it's $42,000 for more 30-year loan. There's just different math. It's comparing the 13-year and the 15-year loans. Home appreciation and investing. So appreciation is an increase in a home's value over time. How much a home appreciates each year depends on the local real estate market and any improvements to the home. While looking at logistics, the dream home appreciation is greater. However, when adding the modest home appreciation when the investment return, it is substantially more than that of the dream home appreciation. So basically, this is just showing that the modest home is better because they'll save a lot more money. This is the money saved from not buying the dream house and just investing it, and they'll make a lot more money. But this is showing the family situation. So the Taylor family has implemented a $900 monthly payment into their budget for investing. If they invest that money each month for the next 30 years, it will be worth $2,216,491. So this just shows the importance of investing and how much how great it is for your future. Um, and this just shows the appreciation of the modest home. In 30 years, the modest home will be worth 3,418,602. And this is showing the dream house, which is more than the modest house, but if you take the money that we saved from it and invest it, it's obviously way more. The modest home is the ideal choice as they will have 1,599,269 more dollars in doing so. So the best housing option for this family is the modest home. Overall, this family is in pretty good position to buy a new home as they have prepared well and are taking the correct precautions. After weeks of looking at different variables of both of the housing options, it was made pretty evident which home is the best fit for the Taylors, both financially and realistically. The mortgage terms and rates for the modest home are far more realistic and attainable than that of the dream home. They're going to decide on the 15-year mortgage because they have enough money to afford that, and the modest home allows extra funds to go towards traveling, extracurriculars for the kids, savings for a senior mission, which is its highest priority. They won't have to save up as much money for a larger down payment if they pick the modest home than the dream home, so they can move into it faster. It'll save them a lot of stress and anxiety because it's lower risk, safer, and more cost efficient, so it's just overall the better idea. The only thing I would really think to say is that they need to take in consideration the overall cost because they got really close with like their monthly every month, like their monthly payment and budget. So 10% of the income isn't going towards investment, which is the ideal like recommended thing. So hopefully they can work that out better just so they can afford that. But I think it's important to start lower and see what you can afford before you make assumptions that you can afford something more expensive. So I think that's like a major thing to keep in mind is just that you do have enough money left to invest. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for listening to my presentation.